it started already?
Yes. What's up, everybody? This is your boy C Sams.
You may know, aka I Am Legend.
And we are here to talk about some stuff with y'all. We're here to rap about some stuff. We're going to get right into it. Who here took the time and digested the Defenders that just dropped? About maybe 2 weeks ago, the Defenders dropped. So we're going to be talking about that today.
And we probably seen it within 48 hours, though.
Yeah, so it's pretty much
8 episodes.
A little fresh in the mind. I'm kind of salty that we only got that much episodes. I would have liked to see a little bit more. But you know, I'm going right into this stuff. Let's introduce what we're doing. We're doing pros. We're doing cons. What we thought was what we thought was alright. And then we're going to give you guys a rating and let you guys know exactly where we thought this particular series was.
And you guys know right now we do spoilers.
Oh yeah, spoiler heavy.
We're all about spoilers. If you don't care about that, then keep continuing. If you do care, go watch it first, come back, let's talk about it.
Definitely. But that's why we're here, man. So we're going to talk about the pro.
First pro, which you just mentioned, I thought was a super pro. 8 episodes?
8 episodes.
8 episode season. I think it was perfect. It got to the point, and with a shorter season makes for better writing. And what Marvel Netflix has been a little bit down on is the writing. The 13 episodes, it left a lot of empty spaces. With this one, it was, alright, starts with a little thriller, like we don't know what's going on. Nobody had met yet. They didn't meet till like the 2nd or 3rd episode.
Exactly.
And I think that was perfect, where it gave you the build up, and once you've seen them, my heart was hurting. Everybody was together. I think it was a perfect moment, a perfect way to set up. And like I said, shorter episodes, better writing, better content.
I definitely agree with you, man. I would have loved to see maybe another episode, maybe 2 more episodes, make it 10.
No, it was perfect at 8. Tell you the truth, I didn't know it was 8 episodes. When I was watching this, I was watching on episode 7. I'm like, oh, this is getting good, but how they going to make 5 more episodes of this? And then when I looked at it, I said, oh, there's only 1 more episode after that. And I was so happy. I was more happy, you know, I would have missed it. So it was perfect with the 8 episodes. So that's definitely a pro for me.
I love the beginning of it because what we saw was a combination of different characters coming from different areas. Now, we looked at Daredevil. Daredevil had 1 and 2. Jessica Jones. We got Luke Cage. We got Iron Fist. Now, Iron Fist, in my opinion, was the weakest out of the series, out of the different Netflix series. I think the strongest is really a toss-up between Daredevil and Luke Cage. Now, I think those 2 were the strongest. But what this series did, and I didn't get the chance to really sit and watch Jessica Jones, but when I started to see Jessica Jones in action and actually doing what she does, I'm like, man, you know what? I want to go back and watch her series because I need to get a better understanding of how she got her powers. Because I started watching it 1 or 2 episodes and then I got kind of,
Well, the thing is, they never actually showed how she got her powers. There was no origin on how she had
on the actual show.
We don't know if she's a.
You spoiled it. You spoiled it every day.
I thought you seen it.
There's no reason for
Well,
me
I
to
have
go
to
back
say,
and see it.
I could have made this a different video, but Jessica Jones is probably my best series.
Really?
In this, if I have to put them in order, it's a tie between Daredevil 1 and Jessica Jones. And then I think after that was probably Luke Cage, and then Daredevil season 2, and Iron Fist round it up at the end.
We're gonna get back to what we think about Defenders, but since you brought this up, let's go ahead and quickly rank where we thought the Netflix series are. Now, like I said and like I mentioned, Daredevil 1, Jessica Jones, Daredevil 2, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. Those are the 5.
That was in the exact order how they came out.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Yep.
I'm thinking I'm going with that actual order. Now that I think about it.
As top to number 1 to number 5.
Yeah, well the thing is, Daredevil season 2 was real good. The only problem is, like I just said it before, with the writing, is half the season was perfect with him and Punisher going at it. But it looked like it could have been a whole different season with Daredevil versus the Hand. So they kind of stretched that out a little bit, but I thought it was still a great season just with Punisher right there. Luke Cage I really love. Maybe that's the blackness in me.
I
I'm not
guess.
too sure what, but just seeing that type of hero and hearing the Wu-Tang songs coming in and out,
Yo, that was awesome.
the music, it was awesome. So I still love that. But I think Jessica Jones was probably, I think because of the villain of the Purple Man, he was thorough, man. Like he was having people hang themselves. He was awesome. So I might have to give it to Jessica Jones as the best. Iron Fist. Iron Fist was good for the first 5-6 episodes, and then because the season was 13 episodes, it just didn't. It didn't hold for the whole time. I don't know. It wasn't. End of the season wasn't too good. There's too many downtime.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a different direction. I think the second Daredevil was the strongest. I believe the first Daredevil was good, but a lot of people had the taste of Ben Affleck's Daredevil in their mouth. And when we saw that Daredevil coming up, it was like, we saw what Daredevil could look like. And it kind of, for me at least, I didn't want to give it a chance because of what they did already with the character. So I waited a little bit, I heard some reviews, and then I started to watch it. And I was like, okay, I like the grittiness, I like the darkness that they're going with this. This is exactly how Daredevil should be. He's in Devil's Kitchen? Hell's Kitchen. So, yeah, that's where he's supposed to be. That made sense. Like I said, Jessica Jones, I didn't really give Jessica Jones a chance. I watched the first few episodes. For me, it moved really slowly, and I didn't really like her as a comic book character, so I wasn't going to like her as a live action character.
Well, she's not a good character, but they made her a good character that makes any type of sense at all.
Exactly.
I mean, she's battling PTSD from her time with Purple Man. Did you see it, or you didn't?
I didn't see all that stuff.
So I won't
but I'm
give you too much.
going to. When we talk more about Defenders, we're going to get back into it. But I did like that a lot. Luke Cage. I mean, Luke Cage for me. Luke Cage would have been a perfect series if you got rid of the last.
You didn't like Diamondback? Yo, I'm not going. I don't even want to say it, but that suit that Diamondback had at the end is like. Oh, man, that's so 60s, man. Like,
I liked when if they ended the series with Cottonmouth dying. Spoilers. I would have been good if they ended it there because everything was flowing just right. We had enough flashback to see where he came from. They did a nice homage to his original outfits in the comic books. I love where they took his character. They even went back to explain how him and Cottonmouth were how they kind of were close in a way. They just touched on so many different things that I really enjoyed. But then when they started to go further, even my man Shades, if they decided to leave it off with Shades or something like that, I'd have been cool with that. But once Diamondback came, it just moved too slow and it kind of took the momentum out of it. But I still thought it was maybe the second strongest if they got rid of those last parts.
And I would suggest the Marvel change the seasons to 10 episodes at least. 13 episode seasons, like I said, I don't think it carries well.
Yeah.
Last 3 episodes or like the filler in between is not good.
Okay.
Like that's why I didn't like about Iron Fist. There's one point where I found out that Colleen was part of the Hand and Iron Fist gets mad at her, but yet the whole 2-3 episodes they're still in the same area, still in the same room together. So it's like, okay, so where's this going? it didn't go anywhere. So
I think Iron Fist was trying to build off the momentum that Luke Cage had, but Luke Cage lost his momentum, in my opinion, towards the end. So
Iron Fist had a good start.
I like I love the beginning of it. I love that start. I love where we were going with it. I got it, but I guess him as an actor, him as a character, just kind of dull. It's just kind of dry. You know who he looks like?
He can't fight. Compared to the Iron Fist that we seen in little flashback, we had 2 hands.
Oh yeah. He ain't no that.
Yeah.
But for me, he looks like the dude from Jackass. His name is Bam Montana.
Okay. Yeah.
He looks just like. Every time I look at him, I'm like, oh, look, it's Bam. that just kind of killed it because I didn't take Bam serious. So I'm not going to take the dude serious. But if I was to rank them, Deadpool 2, Luke Cage. Daredevil.
I was about to say
I'm wilding.
Oh, yeah.
Daredevil 2, Luke Cage, Daredevil, Jessica Jones and Iron Fist. And the only reason why I'm giving Jessica Jones over Iron Fist is because from what I've heard, it had a coherent story, and the story really built her character. So, all right, that was our ranks. That was our little segue.
Thank you.
All right, now another pro. I thought that Iron Fist. I thought they made him the centerpiece of everything that was happening. Where they wanted to get him, they wanted to cut off his actual fist and everything like that. I like how they made him the centerpiece because I think they were trying to redeem the fact that they know they messed up. And I liked how they made him. His fighting style kind of improved in certain aspects.
What I don't understand about this Iron Fist is you don't use his Iron Fist.
He does. When he first does the Iron Fist and he knocks out my man, Luke Cage, and he was like, "Yo."
But how long did he fight Luke Cage before he actually did it? You have a power. Use it. I don't understand that.
Well, you have to remember also.
He didn't finish his training.
Not only that, but when you are taught Kung Fu Karate, you're always taught to use your weapons of destruction as a last resort. So maybe in his mind, he figured, maybe I can disable this big black group by just Hiya and all that stuff. When all you gotta do is just summon that fist and go right in.
15 kick with no movement from Luke Cage.
Yo,
I'm pretty sure he should.
When he was kicking him and punching him, and my man was just standing there, I was like, Luke Cage, yo, I can't wait till this dude. I can't wait till the actual Marvel universe stops playing games and bring in the Netflix universe. I think it's gonna be so awesome when they start.
I don't think they'll do that. I hope they don't do that. I think it's good to keep them separate.
I think it's good that they keep them separate as well, but I'm just like, I would love for them to show how strong Luke Cage is when compared to someone like Captain America or Thor. You know, that's what I really want to see.
Any other pros you got?
I thought the storyline was really good. The villain, the actress, I forget her name.
Alexandra.
She was cold. She was cold-blooded. I love how she was cold-blooded. And then, well, this is spoilers. I did not see Elektra killing her. I didn't see that coming. Once I saw Elektra with the side go right into the back, I was like, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that. I was like, yo, that's really gonna happen. So I thought that was awesome how they did that. I thought that was so cool.
Let's see. I don't have that time.
You already know what that means. You already know what that means.
Character sheets. Every time a character is introduced or is on scene, you notice the different color shades. Like Jessica Jones had blue, purple, Luke Cage yellow, Iron Fist green, Daredevil red. I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
Because you always knew where. Actually, no, you always knew whose story you was talking to at that time and where you're at in New York, whatever.
I thought the first episode, you got to when you looked at each character, they had the music playing. They had, like you said, the shade was different, the hue was different. So you knew you was reconnected to those characters. That's one thing Marvel has really specialized in. Whenever you looked at the Avengers movies and you saw each character, you would hear the theme in the background. You would see something very similar that will call back to their movie. I love how Marvel does that, and Marvel has done that yet again. So that was perfect.
Let's see. There's a actress called Debbie Morgan. She played the role as Cole's mother. That guy, but she had 2 kids, or 3 kids.
Yeah.
And the third one actually died in this season. She was only on screen, I think, probably 2 or 3 episodes, probably 5 minutes altogether. But her story was pretty much sad and is kind of hearing it a lot. So it was I thought she was very good at it.
I have nothing to say to that because I kind of didn't focus on her.
You didn't connect with it. I connected with it.
Yeah, he connected with that stuff.
I think character development, got that. I like how they showed why Daredevil was missing in action. Luke Cage or probably Iron Fist as well.
Yeah. Yes.
because he was
He was
retired.
out, basically he thought he could ease out of the limelight, ease out the whole superhero thing, and he had to go back in. And we see that all the time with other characters. How, you know, I want to retire, I want to get out of the limelight, and then automatically get drawn right back in because of something that's going on. So that stuff I like.
That's all I have. Anything else?
Not well. Like I said, I think I thought the fight scenes were really good.
Especially
much
the
better.
team up.
Yeah, the team up was really good. Like there was a scene where they were all fighting, and then some dudes came out with the guns, and then they all kind of went behind Luke Cage, and Luke Cage just kind of took all the bullets and everything like that. They worked together, and I have to say, Iron Fist lit up, and he hit Luke Cage. Because Luke Cage wasn't used to that. After he went through his whole transformation, he hasn't felt that for a while. So for him to feel that, and I remember there was this one scene when they had him tied up, and when they were fighting in the basement and everything like that before they tied him up, Iron Fist, he hit him again, and when he hit him, you heard like a sonic boom, and everybody, you know, I thought that was amazing. I love how they did that. That was awesome. That's all the pros I have.
Same here.
All right,
Ready to move on to negatives.
Hey,
Cons.
So
Actually, I don't know if this is con or negative. I'll just go and put this in the pros part. But actually, no, we'll talk about it later. But let's go with negatives. Negatives.
yeah,
Sawande, who is the white hat, with Kudo, and Kudo was the Colleen's trainer of the hand.
Yeah.
Makudo and Murakami, which was the hand guy that only spoke Japanese.
Yeah.
I thought that was horrible. I thought that was horrible in the sense that Lady Gal has power to move things, push things. These three, I didn't see nothing.
What was the purpose of them?
Well, yeah, so they live forever. That's great, but they don't have no powers.
They just seem like mafia people. Just
More-
live
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw nothing. I agree with you 100%. I saw nothing significant. They were forgotten. They were forget about characters. Like
But
they were just
Like,
there
he-
to try to push the narrative. That was it.
even Styx had like Daredevil's abilities where, hey, I can't see, but I can still fight. So that's cool. But the hand from the comics, they have certain powers or abilities, I should say, and we didn't see that with this hand, which I didn't like because I'm thinking these four defenders should
Should have something.
have wiped them out quick.
Yeah. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. And then even when Elektra killed
Alexandra.
yeah, even when she killed her, they were just like, okay,
Yeah, I'm thinking like,
let's rock with you now. I was like, really? Don't y'all have to have something?
but they did mention before that when they was in the room together that we all had beef with each other. We all tried to kill each other. Even last season of Iron Fist, Gal had locked up. What's his name? Makudo had Gal locked up. So I don't know. I just didn't like them not having any type of abilities.
Yeah, I wasn't too impressed by them at all. I didn't really care for their backstory. I didn't care for them as characters. The dude just kept speaking in Japanese the entire time.
I thought that was dope. Actually, I could have he didn't care what nobody's. Hey, I'm gonna speak to you in Japanese.
Yo,
my
you
language.
speak that, but you don't understand. Responding back to him.
Exactly,
That
that
was
was
English. I was like, all right, I like that part. But I was like, oh, that's.
it.
But that's the only significant thing about them. Like that's the only thing I remember. The dude that just spoke Japanese the entire time. That was it.
Like White Hat, when they had him locked up, and when the defenders had him locked up and had him tied up, he's like, "You can do whatever you want. I'm gonna get out of this." I'm like, "Oh, okay, he about to use some ability right now." Nothing. Get his head cut off. Nothing.
You know what? This is not a pro nor a con. This is more of an observation. The amount of heads that were chopped off this series.
Is that the only way to kill him? No, right? Because
That's the only way to kill them.
okay,
You have to chop their heads off.
okay.
But literally, everybody was getting their heads chopped off left and right. I was like, after I saw my man's head get chopped off, what's his name? White Hat?
Yeah, White Hat.
When I saw that, I was like, yo, that's like the fifth person's head get chopped off. Even the dude, the other guy, I forget his name. But he was, oh man, see, I don't see. That's why you should really take the time to watch these.
More than once.
Yeah, you have to watch these series more than once before you watch the major series, so that you can get some more backstory. But the Japanese chick that was with Iron Fist, when she was fighting him,
Kali.
yeah, she was slicing and dicing, and then wham, slice his head off. I'm like, yo, that's everybody's head was getting chopped off. I'm like, come on, man.
Actually, that was a good fight.
I mean, it was a good fight scene.
Let's see. My other negative. I'm not too sure. Well, so in Daredevil season 2, we had Nobu and a million ninjas.
Mhm.
We know that Nobu died. Does that mean the ninjas are all gone? 'Cause I didn't see no ninjas here.
Maybe
I seen a lot of gangsters. I seen a lot of people with automatics, but I didn't see a lot of ninjas that we seen in Daredevil.
Maybe it's because like how the Avengers when they destroyed the main power source,
Okay.
all the other power sources, all the other
Gotcha.
villains are gone. Maybe that's why. They chop the head and the body's useless.
Well, those are my two negatives. I think those are.
Yeah, I didn't
Like I said, everything else I kind of like. The runtime, the fighting scenes were way better. I still didn't like Iron Fist. I like the way you explained Iron Fist in this, where he was more of a tool and everybody was trying to capture. I like that aspect of it. I still don't like the character Iron Fist.
Yeah, that the character Iron Fist just doesn't. And the older guy, he was an Iron Fist as well.
Which one?
That older guy. What was it? Was it Sticks? Not Sticks.
Sticks?
It was the older guy. I forget his name. Cause I thought he was an Iron Fist as well.
No, they said I know when they was talking, Alexandra said she met Iron Fist at the time. She even killed some Iron Fist at the time. I thought that was cool.
Okay, yeah.
But
yeah. Okay. So I liked how they said that. How they set that up. And I guess that's going back to Pros. How they mentioned that there were other Iron Fists, and she encountered other Iron Fists. Like out of all the Iron Fists, you're the youngest. She was saying that to, and that really showed his immaturity. It showed that he was really a kid among all these adults. Because even Luke Cage was trying to get him to calm down. Like, hey, calm down, relax, don't go crazy. He was trying to calm him down, like always, and it just showed how much more he needs to grow as a character. So I don't know if they're going to do that.
Another pro, since you went back to pros a little bit, is the I didn't understand what they were saying about the resources. They kept on mentioning resources. I'm like, what are they talking about? And we find out the resources actually mined from the dragons.
Oh, okay.
So at the last couple scenes, you see the dragon bones. What they do, I guess they cut it up, make some type of elixir out of it, so they can live longer.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty dope.
I wish they used that. I wish they used that as because I'm not. Like I said, I didn't watch the entire thing of Iron Fist. Was that part of the Iron Fist story?
Iron Fist story, like he didn't even show the full dragon, but he's told a story of how he got the Iron Fist. He even said in the Defenders when he's talking to Luke Cage.
Yeah, when
he went to meet a dragon.
I love that part.
Pretty much had to beat up a dragon, but they only showed the dragon out. I wish they didn't show the dragon. The dragon's pretty much is a little simple.
Dragon part. You wanted to see the part with the dragon.
Alright, do it again. Alright.
Now we back.
Yeah, what was I saying about the dragon?
The dragon, you said you wanted to, you was hoping that they showed
I was hoping they would show the dragons. They only show the dragon's eyes. Hopefully in the near future, maybe the next season of Iron Fist, if they do have a season 2 of Iron Fist, they will show the dragon.
I hope they do too. But, nah, seriously, I would love for them to do that. I think if they focus on the older story of Iron Fist, where they talk about the other Iron Fist and everything like that, the origin of the Iron Fist, I think that would be really good. It'll give us a chance to get a better understanding of that character and less of Danny Rand. So that way we don't have to really focus on him, and he can work on being a better, more believable actor physically and
Or he could, I guess it's kind of a pro where we find out in the Defenders that he does still own the company.
Yes.
Danny Rand, so that means he has a lot of resources. He has a lot of money, so we can see this affecting the other Defenders in the near future.
We could see that.
Give Luke Cage a job. I don't know.
You never know. You never know. like I said, man, I'm seriously hoping that they connect this to the overall universe. So who knows what happens? We might hear a mention. I think Infinity War we're gonna hear something, because a war going on for the entire world. We got to see something.
I'm pretty sure if we don't see nothing, I'm pretty sure we'll hear mention of it. Just like they did with the incident.
I might be okay with them just hearing a mention of it. I might be okay with that.
Yeah. I hope we see a little bit of them in Infinity War. At least Daredevil on top of a building or something, looking up, seeing Thanos coming down, something like that.
Something like that.
That would be dope.
And speaking of Daredevil, at the end of this series, we see Daredevil in a hospital, or in a Catholic hospital or whatever. So my question is, how long is he going to be in that state? He was in a coma. So how long is he going to stay in a coma? Are we going to see him wake up in Daredevil 3, or will there be or will we see Elektra, and we start with the story of Elektra and then Daredevil is introduced there?
That's a good question.
Or
Would you want to see Elektra series?
I think with the character that we were given, I think you could talk about something. It'll be kind of interesting to see where they go with it, because we pretty much saw her origin. We pretty much saw her origin, so it'll be interesting to see if they decide to continue to make her a villain, or
there was an Elektra movie a long time ago where people
about
were saying maybe we should have Elektra movie because she was in Daredevil.
And that movie, but see, that was their mistake. Daredevil flopped. That was a bad movie. So the decision to make another movie follow it in the same universe was not a good choice. That was poor decision.
I would say her hand was better than.
I will say that too. I will say that. And the way she killed, oh man, that was brutal. Well, yeah, man, that's Defenders. So if we were to rank Defenders, if we were to give it a grade, A, B, C, D, F, what we
not doing numbers? What's that?
Oh, we're go back to numbers. All right, I was trying to switch it up. My bad. My bad. Creature habit.
We can do.
We'll stick to numbers. So, ranking 1 to 10, Defenders. Where we at?
What I go by is my overall feelings and how it moved me, and if I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it. This is a solid 8.5 for me.
8.5. I'll give it a strong 8. I'll give it a strong 8. And like I said, I would have liked to see maybe 1 or 2 more episodes, just to stretch it out just a little bit. We don't need 13 episodes. 13 episodes is too much, but I believe 8 episodes is too little. But I literally started watching it around 10 a.m. and I was done by 7. I was like, yo.
Sounds like a good day.
I was like, that's it. I was watching it, I was doing some stuff, and I was just like, all right, I'll probably get back, I'll finish it up tomorrow. And I looked, I was like, oh, that's the last episode. That's it. I was like, oh, snap.
Sounds like you had a good day to me. I don't understand.
That was a good day, but I would have liked to see one or 2 more episodes, but I was good with it.
Any theories of what we think will happen next? So we know the Punisher is coming.
Punisher is coming. Yeah.
Will he be a Defender? Probably not. I think keeping him separate.
Well, where will his story pick up? Will his story pick up?
He's on the run kind of on it now, right? He escaped from jail.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's looking for him, and if you've seen the trailer at the end of Defenders, he's back to killing people. So they're gonna.
Yep.
So most likely he's going back to jail again by the end of that series. So,
but the question's gonna come up. Is his story going to is going to be parallel to what we saw in the Defenders? Does this happen after the Defenders? Does he find out that Daredevil is out of commission and then he becomes an anti-hero, doing things his way? There's so many different questions that we can know.
He always does his things his way, so I'm pretty sure we're going to get that same attitude, same character. And
another theory that I have is that we have to remember that Marvel, the universe, the cinematic universe, is coming to its climax. It's coming to its end.
For phase 3
of this phase 3 and of everything that they've set up. I believe, and this is my theory, I believe that all of these characters that we see in the Netflix universe, they're going to be directly affected by what happens. Whether they are joined into the fight, whether they're fighting off alien creatures, or if
And if they lose their powers or abilities.
There's so many different avenues they can go, and I just want to see that connection. So
Same,
who knows?
same here. Another theory. They kind of been introducing this for a little bit for Daughter of the Dragons with Colleen and Misty Knight. They had a little comic run together. We see that Misty Knight did lose her right arm, was it? And like I said, with resources, Danny Rand has the resources now, so she can get a bionic arm and pretty much go back into action. I think, would I want to see a series of them two? Probably not, but if I were to see a couple, it should start with like one shots. Give us like an hour and a half for just them two fighting crime. I would enjoy that. Full season, probably not.
Nah, I don't see a story with them.
But one shot, maybe. Definitely.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. that was messed up. I was like, oh man, her whole arm. no respect, no respect. But man, that's good Easter egg right there, because I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that.
Anything else? Any other characters you want to see in the Marvel Netflix universe?
I want to see Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger. Now you know they're coming with a TV show.
I know that.
Dagger. It doesn't look like it's on Netflix.
I would rather see it. I'd rather see it on Netflix
too.
I think they fit perfectly in that universe. I think
definitely.
That is they have such a interesting story, an interesting past, and their powers are so interesting. Cloak, I love Cloak. I would love to see them actually do his power in live action. I think that would be awesome. I would love to see that.
He would be definitely a good fit for the Avengers, actually, too. Now that I think about it, or a good team up with Doctor Strange, because they do the whole portal things and things of that manner.
Exactly.
So that would be dope.
I would love to see that.
I would like to see Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
If you don't know who Moon Knight is, think of Batman, but it's like he doesn't mind killing.
Yeah. I mean, well, then again, we have a Batman that doesn't mind killing either. So we got a Moon Knight type Batman right now in the DCEU. So you got your wish.
Yeah, but
nah, ain't the same.
Yeah.
Word. All right, Moon Knight. That'd be dope. I would love to see it. I would love to see that. And Marvel has endless opportunity and endless stories that they can tell. Not only with the Defenders, because I think the Defenders, for what it's worth, for what they did for this series, I think it was a home run. I think they did it. I think they did this great. And if they come out with something like this once a year, where they team up, I think that would be awesome.
My only suggestion for Marvel: get Donnie Yen to do the choreography for Iron Fist.
Yeah, please.
I just seen one of his movies, Dragon, the other day. One of the best choreographers.
Birth of the Dragon.
Yes, he's awesome.
I'm telling you.
Look into that.
Yeah, let's not get people who don't know.
Let's pick Iron Fist up a little bit. That's all.
I think they may be able to, because if people just watch this for the first time and didn't see any of the other series, I think you'll have a appreciation for who Iron Fist is. So hopefully this would help his series, but if it doesn't, I don't know. Maybe it's time for a new Iron Fist. I don't know. Oh man.
Alright.
Was there anything else?
Close it out.
Alright.
That was our Defenders review. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Absolutely.
We out.